Welcome back to Artsworld and to Beirut, where much of the city was destroyed by years of war. Portugal's heritage is also being lost, but this time it's not war, it's crime that's to blame.
Perched on the banks of the Tagus River, Lisbon is a city with a history that stretches back 20 centuries. And the walls of these ancient buildings have many stories to tell. These children at the Portuguese Museum are learning about their tile heritage.
These tiles are really masterpieces. They can be seen as calling cards for the artists who painted them. Tile art has a great capacity to reinvent itself. It's able to preserve the Portuguese spirit, but also absorb new techniques and create new forms of artistic expression.
These unique blue and white tiles were introduced to the region in the 14th century by the Moors. Over the years, the designs evolved from Islamic geometric shapes to images from Portugal's past. They're called Azulejos, which is the Portuguese word for blue, but some say its name refers to the Arabic word azuleji, meaning polished stone. Many of these tiles have survived for hundreds of years. Even an earthquake in 1755 didn't manage to destroy them.
This panel, dating back to the end of the 17th century, is known as the Great View of Lisbon. It is the biggest treasure of the museum, in fact of all Portuguese tile history. It represents the city of Lisbon, seen from the opposite bank of the Tagus River before the earthquake.
What started as a practical way of protecting buildings against damp, heat, and noise is now a treasure trove of stories. And these small ceramic squares are the history books.
We didn't invent the Azulejos tiles, but no other country in Europe used it in such quantity and with such originality. Countries like Holland manufactured the Azulejos tiles, but that was mainly for export. Here in Portugal, we had, and still have, a massive production for internal use.
They may be small, but many of these tiles are priceless, and tens of thousands of azulejos are now being reported stolen every year. Portuguese police are cracking down on the thieves who have been prizing these historic tiles from public buildings. In fact, it's gotten so bad they have set up a crime awareness campaign called SOS Azulejo to try and get people to be more aware.
This is a product that can easily circulate in the markets, both legal and illegal markets, without any difficulty. The problem is that most potential buyers who are interested in buying tiles don't even know that they were stolen.
Some of the stolen tiles can break when they're pulled off the walls and ceilings, but those that make it to the black market in one piece can be sold for thousands of dollars.
A day after this SOS Azulejo project had been launched, we received a phone call from somebody that had seen on our website the pictures of a tile panel that disappeared from his house many years ago. Finally, he got his tiles back after years of looking everywhere for them.
It's estimated that more than 10,000 tiles have been stolen in the last few years, many of them ending up in private residences around Europe. Some have also been found for sale online, but the Portuguese police remain hopeful that their awareness campaign will help stamp this out.
I'm in the town of Byblos near Beirut, one of the oldest port cities in the world and a big draw for tourists in Lebanon. Let's take a look now at how tourism is being boosted by dance in the Philippines.
Nothing much disturbs the peace in the quiet agricultural city of Iloilo. But every January, the beating of drums awakens the sleepy town as it celebrates its devotion to the Santo Niño, or Child Jesus, with unabashed merrymaking. This is the Dinagyang Festival. Though historically a solemn religious tradition, its grand finale is the Arti Artihan, a raucous contest of tribal dance, recreating the legends of Iloilo's early brown-skinned settlers, the Arti. tribes, composed of the city's youth, compete fiercely to outdo each other in costume and choreography. Out of the 17 tribes that vie for the grand prize, one has long been touted as the tribe to beat. Tribu Bola-bola, a band of high school boys and girls, has long held the #1 spot on the Dinagyang circuit. From 1994 to 2006, the tribe has won the competition 8 times. In fact, they became so good, the organisers asked them to step down to give other groups a chance at the championship. But they are back after a 3-year hiatus, rallied by their founder, a former school principal, who was determined to educate the Dinagyang's audience.
I want them to become the example. I wanted them to make a difference. The reason for the existence of the Dinagyang is the Ati. And what of the Atis? Their life, their culture, their livelihood. And if we do away with that, what is the reason for all of this? We stylize things, but we have to bring back essence of the rituals of the Ati and their lifestyle.
It's a responsibility that Tribu Bola-bola has taken seriously by picking up themes from Ati culture and combining them with innovations in design, music, and choreography. This balance of the old and new is a challenge that gets tougher by the year.
We are competing against ourselves, not with anybody. We have to compete with our own standards. And that's the challenge that we have.
Right now, the tribes are very cautious and wary about the return of bola-bola. Tribu bola-bola was a Grand Slam champion in the past. Now they're back, and they are causing probably nightmares to the other tribes.
By raising the bar of the Dinagyang performances, Tribu Bola-bola has reinvented the Dinagyang Festival, turning it into one of the top tourist events in the country and giving Ilo-Ilo's locals even more reason to celebrate.
Ilonggos now look forward to Dinagyang. They have a sense of ownership of Dinagyang. They do not want Dinagyang to fail.
The first runner-up for this year's Dinagyang contest is Tribu Bola-bola.
Though Tribu Bola-bola didn't go home with this year's championship, their 6 months of hard training were rewarded with a formidable spot at 2nd place and the unmistakable admiration of fans welcoming them back into the competition. Win or lose, Tribu Bola-bola succeeded in transforming a traditional festival into a proud showcase of Ilo-Ilo's expertise in the art of merrymaking, propelling the city toward a future as rousing as the Dinagyang's beating drums.
So that's it from Artsworld and from Beirut, a city well known for its nightlife. I'm going to have some fun, but thank you for watching and take care.